This conference will now be recorded.
Tarrant County Commission will have a flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Quiet this dude down or it'll go off. Right. December 28th, Tarrant County Commission. We've got a little shorter agenda today, not too much on it.
Bryce says he has nothing, he's not here, so.
Oh, Bryce?
Right.
Oh,
We
okay.
move Travis up quicker then?
I don't know how much she's got, but
Right.
we'll try it. What do you think? 1 o'clock for Travis? Or?
I'll just let him know that
Okay.
he can come in
Okay, yeah,
as soon as
that'll
he's
work.
available.
We'll do that and set and wait.
Hey, would you guys let Travis know the road would?
Sorry, I'm just trying to make something work this afternoon.
Yeah, that's good.
You want to do it at 2 o'clock, you want to go home, say,
Public forum, and we have nobody in the room, and I better get a mic to where somebody might be able to hear me.
I didn't like you.
And so we're going to move on to anybody online,
No.
and we have nobody. So then we're going to move to agenda approval. Does anybody have anything to add today? Pretty quiet, end of the year. That's the way we'll keep it going then. No additions to the agenda. Moving to administrative business with Tina.
Okay. First thing I have are the minutes of December 20.
Do I hear a motion? Or anybody have any problems with minutes or corrections?
We motion to approve December 20 minutes.
Have a motion by Jonah. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Dave Crowfoot. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
Thank you. I have some change orders.
Change orders. Here we go. I'll just start down and then I'll finish them up and then come down here. Start on these.
Two.
Well, that's all it is. Don't even leave me a hard time.
Yeah. I misread that one for a second.
To the obstacle course.
Oh, Brad,
Hi.
did you change that one?
Looks like there's 2 of them in there.
I can't even tell.
Oh, you can't? Yeah, they changed around. There we
Yeah.
go.
I'd say we're gonna pass it.
Send the first one back to me. How many Gans are up in that? I just know Chase. Steve, there's just a couple.
Stephen Chase.
Okay.
If that noise gets to be annoying, I guess you can close the window. Sorry about that. It's just warm in here. so-
Afternoon.
You know, now you're gonna have to sit in the wind and cover
I do
it.
myself.
Yeah, that's all
The
right.
noise.
Just- She's still got to finish. but sit-
You're all right.
Sit there.
You just sit there. You can enjoy the meeting until you get called upon, sir.
Okay.
And we will call your name.
This is a different one. Start styling. This one's
Yes,
better.
that's right.
Okay. I'll need to start taking pictures of each one so I can keep track. She's on to the second.
Wow.
Now we're getting into the fashion statements. Yeah,
I have one.
that's what, I knew that. That seems to be how that works. Sorry to call you over here real quick and have you wait.
That's fine, no problem.
That's something that. These guys, so okay, get answers from so when I get that, I can get that version some more. And it's becoming, I told him I would try to do that today.
Probably should still do
We'll just make some
Okay,
decisions.
have a couple of new employees for hires here. Road and Bridge, Tyler Bentz, at $2,662 a month. For rehired as Equipment Operator 2. And then from the Sheriff and Jail, we have Dakota Bruckner, at New Corrections Officer at $15.36 an hour.
Probably true. Therein lies my problem.
Good book, you keep enough fun.
Okay, on after I sent the packets out, I received, this is basically the final pay application except for the retainage on the heated dock. And I actually asked to receive it as soon as possible because we have to turn this project has to be completed by the end of the year for us to be able to turn it back in for our second insurance payment. And that's about, I believe, $84,000 that we want to make sure we receive. And so
we
the
wanna
dock
do it.
is functioning, everything is good, there's final things that they're finishing up. But this one is pay application number 6, the amount is $27,269.61. It's basically the final pay application except for the retainage, which would be paid once everything is approved and signed off on.
Asking Commissioner Crowfoot, do you have anything that you know of out there that's not satisfactory as of?
No, I mean, they haven't put the benches in, is all. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, the lake crew's gonna do that.
Did they get the heat on?
I don't know, they hadn't as last Friday,
Okay.
with working with the thermostat.
So we need a motion then to approve that $27,269.61, and I'd make that as my motion. Do I hear a second? Do you have a second, Jonah? Seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
All right, and Randy, would you just sign at the bottom under that big
X.
next out
People are
section?
fishing inside now.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of photos, but photos don't tell you if the heat's working.
You haven't needed any heat yet.
Well, I've seen people bundled up, so I guess.
It's December. Wanted to make it nice, we could heat that rail.
Yeah.
You know, lean on it, it's kinda cold.
Then it'll malfunction, burn somebody.
Yeah, it's short out.
That's all I have,
That's all
Randy.
you have? Well, finished administrative business. We have a gentleman sitting here that's very prompt today. He just jumped right up and come right over and seen us, Mr. Travis Parmley from EMS. Go ahead with your report, Travis.
All right. I guess I have one. Okay, just our quarterly report, running through November, we're at 1,191 calls so far for the year. I did look where we're at currently, around another 100 for the month of December, so that puts us right around 1,300. I think is where we're going to end up the year. So just reviewing some of the months, and then compared to years past, our transfers are down, and I think that's
It's good.
well, it's good and bad.
Double.
We're having a hard time finding places for people to go, so transfers are down, which in turn revenue is gonna be affected a little bit. I don't think it's a large enough number to scare us, but it's certainly something that we're all dealing with as far as not being able to find rooms. I know the hospitals have been working with them. It's a challenge for sure, so. And then on revenue, on the money side of the business, for the quarter is $223,728.50 billed out. Looks like collection wise, we're $19,000 to the better as far as accounts receivable. We still have $199,000 outstanding, but that seems to be kind of a running number. I think I've seen it as low as 170, 168, I think. We continue to work to get the bills paid and insurance billed out, all that. So I think as far as the year numbers, we're doing just fine, so.
Okay, Tina, the 431, 868, 57, you know, if we receive any money after the first of the year, then it goes on next year's budget? Next year's
Yes.
collectibles? Yeah. So whatever received as of the end of the 30th, or is it the end of this? Is this the final collect?
Won't be final, no.
The 30th.
And this is just.
This is a running.
What's the date of
It's
this?
9/1.
Yeah.
Through 11/30.
Yeah, so we don't even have December on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
yeah, so there'll be additional income.
Cause I just wondered, I think we usually use 400 or 450 somewhere on figuring for a budget. I just wondered.
Yeah, and that number's, I think that number's a little skewed, Randy. If you look at those two numbers that come up to that 431,
Yeah.
that's how much we have on the books and how much we billed out for that quarter. And then you go down, and they remove the 232 at the bottom, that's what we brought in. And so what's still withstanding is 199,000.
And that's not your annual income or
Yeah,
anything
so it's,
like that.
no, that's just quarterly activity, what has happened.
Okay.
So we billed out 223, we brought in 232 that was on the books already, some of it already on the books, and leaves us a balance yet, so. But yeah, overall for the year numbers, I think we're still doing fine, so. And then, so yeah, you can kind of digest that. The quarterly write-offs, don't look as bad as sometimes, I guess, but, you can see the reasoning for the write-offs there. For a grand total of $4,322.03, I would ask the commissioner.
Make a motion to approve the write-offs of $4,322.
Have a motion on the
3
floor.
cents.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Kent Becker to write off the $4,322.03. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
That's it as far as that. The only other thing I would maybe report is that the station's coming along, they're hanging sheetrock. Looks like February 1st is really a goal right now that we could be occupying, so. I know.
MEP all roughed in, complete?
I'm sorry,
Is that mechanical, electrical?
they've got I think electrical's pretty well done, HVAC and plumbing, they're working at it, so.
I was gonna stop by the other day, but it was all locked up, so.
Yeah,
There was people working inside, but I didn't want to.
I'll tell you how to get in later. But yeah, so it's coming along, a lot of people at once. I think it'll fall together fairly quick. I know Cody's pushing pretty hard and trying to get us in there, so. Working to get, internet, things like that lined up, but, I think we're getting closer, so.
Do we have just a date-ending contract for the rent, for the people, the renters, or do you?
I have to give them a month in advance.
30 days.
Yeah, the 30 days.
That's all
I'm a little
right.
hesitant. They've been really good to work with. I
Yeah.
don't foresee a problem
Right.
with that, but, I'll certainly touch base. They're aware. We
Oh,
just,
yeah.
they're in the loop. We just
Right,
haven't committed
right.
to it.
And it's better to keep it an extra month to make
It's a
sure.
moving
For sure.
target.
Yeah.
For sure. So,
Just letting you know, because you were asking about revenue, we budgeted for service fees and some other revenue in the ambulance fund, $503,150 was our budgeted amount. And we've already received $565,962, so we're 60, and that's through November.
Yeah.
So we're
Good.
fine
Good.
on revenue and, excuse me, and the budget should be fine, so.
we've, had some challenges recently. We blew out some tires, headed to Wichita Christmas Day. The crew worked hard, got through that. Shout out to Kansas Land Tire down south. They couldn't have happened at a better or worse location. It was right in front of their store on the interstate. So they came out on Christmas, helped us out. It's just a couple little hiccups like that make for long days, and the guys and gals have worked through it. So I commend my crew for the hours they're putting in, and then sometimes things go bad, you know.
Yeah.
So they're doing, each one of them is doing a really great job for me, so
Blow
I
out
couldn't
just
be
the
happier.
tires?
Do what?
blow out just tires, or did they?
Yeah, we took a
cause more
mud
damage?
flap. The driver actually felt something, pulled over, kicked the tires, looked at the tires, went about 5 more miles, and it lost the tread. So we just, the tire came apart, and then mud flap, and then another tire, and getting a spare to them. And yeah, so it, like I said,
It didn't hurt the box or anything.
it's got one piece that holds the mud flaps bent, and I think Rob's gonna fix that when we're getting some tires tomorrow. It's functional today, but we're getting new, try to prevent that, but things that come up for
Oh,
sure,
yeah.
so.
Any other questions by the commission?
I'm sorry, Randy, I would also, if it's okay with the commission, December 10th, I've asked to be put on the agenda, or December, sorry. Let's move forward, not backward. January 10th.
That's looking a long ways forward.
Yeah, well, that could be too. That'd be
Yeah.
maybe the right timing, but Tim from ARV with the ambulance would like to come and visit with the commission
Okay.
on the 10th of January. I'll get a for sure time from Judy, and if that's all right with the commission, I
Yeah.
think we continue to move forward.
Yeah. This
So-
is in reference to a COVID? ambulance?
COVID ambulance, correct?
Yes, okay, yes.
Okay. And I think that's all I have.
So thank you.
You bet.
Any final questions to anybody? Thank you.
All right.
Travis.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Well, Brad, today is a great day for you just to open up here and tell us something.
Good news. Good news only. It's the end of the year.
We need an executive session.
Okay. All righty.
Just trying to decide how many of them we need to talk about. One in particular that I really want to get
Okay.
done. I want to go longer than we need. Start with 20 minutes. It may take longer than that.
Okay. Tell me what it's
But,
about.
potential litigation.
Okay, potential litigation. To attorney consultation with attorney, attorney-client privileges. Okay, I move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss consultation with our attorney for attorney-client privilege for 20 minutes pursuant to KSA 75-4319B with the board, Brad and Tina.
If she wishes, if she's
Okay.
got things she wants to do. it's
And
not-
that's to discuss potential litigation.
Potential litigation, okay. Tina?
Whatever the board wants, I'm fine.
Just so you know what's going on too, just to have you here. For 20 minutes, that would be from, let's see, 12:55 to 1:15. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Jonah. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Did I hear everybody? Yep. Okay, 5-0. First elected, not elected, first one.
No. Yeah, not like the first one. Yeah.
Better call somebody,
Introduce Brad
It's not the end of the world if I don't make it.
This conference will now be recorded.
Out of executive session, no decisions. I will move into another executive session with the board, Brad and Tina, in order to discuss.
Actually, this one will not involve Tina.
Oh, this will not involve Tina, okay? Just be the board and Brad, in order to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel pursuant to KSA 75-4319B, for number one.
Is this for performance?
For
To discuss
performance.
performance? Okay.
For performance, for 15 minutes, be from 1:20 to 1:35. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Ken.
I guess I just wanted to see.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0.
I was too busy looking at the clock to see where it was.
And I will second. So, time lady don't have to be.
This conference will now be recorded.
Out of executive sessions, no decisions. Tina, do you have anything to end the meeting with?
Oh, I thought of something actually while I was
Okay.
out there, but I can't remember what it was. I didn't write it down.
Short
So,
story.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
There it is.
We're moving ahead here. Tina, go right ahead.
The only thing was, which we could still address on the 30th, you know, you have that KAC election coming up, which you've got your voting delegates, but I didn't know if you all want to have a discussion at some point, which I could put on for the 30th about how you want your representative to vote
Yeah.
on that, so.
Yeah, put that up there.
That was based on allowing the
It's the
HR?
yeah, the county HR association
Yeah.
to be a member, and they would be a full, like, voting member.
Yeah.
Which would be a good thing.
So anyway, I can put that out, if you don't want to talk about it
Just said
today,
that
I
things
can.
came up like
You're only
three
talking
times,
about
just settle it.
10 counties.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess in. Vote
The
right
ones
now.
are big
Monday
enough to have
morning,
an
or
HR
Thursday morning.
HR
Well, how do you feel?
I mean,
For or
I
against?
think HR is a field that's a pretty important field. And I think Kent's point was maybe that gives them some more power in the meeting. But yet I thought, what my first thoughts was maybe some of the smaller counties might gain from it, just hearing some of the ways that they do it. So I don't, the different things. So that was, I guess I was sort of in favor of it due to the point that I know that all small counties don't get all the HR stuff that some people do get in the bigger cities, so.
They would be a full-blown voting delegate. And do you know how many HR departments there are in the counties? Probably less than a dozen. A dozen.
I would say you probably have them in every county that has an administrator,
And we're
Which is-
surrounded by counties that have.
which is quite a few. I mean, most of those have their own HR departments. Wouldn't you agree?
Mhm.
I didn't go through and ask county by county who has an HR department, but I
My
will
only
say.
thought was, getting the rural against the urban.
Mhm.
And I might be wrong,
Yeah.
because you.
They have
Tina's
small
probably right.
counties, they have small counties too that are members of that maybe don't have HR departments, and so they're utilizing that. And actually, I'm probably gonna join that at the rest of the year, so just let you know.
So Marion County will be a member.
I think so, because we
In favor of
don't
it?
have a true HR department, I feel like it would be beneficial to
In
us to
favor
have
of
it.
it?
I'm voting
Then we
yes,
might as well,
regardless.
do we have to vote on it or just correct you?
No, I think we don't have to vote on it.
We got to vote to tell the delegates what to go do. Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to. They always, they can do them in the elections, they can change, can't they?
Oh, goodness.
What is this recall stuff that?
Yeah.
If the commission recalls one because they didn't do what the commission
Yeah.
said? Okay.
So-
Uh.
Well, I mean, I'm catching a 3 in favor and
Yeah.
2 unsure.
Well, I'm not gonna stand in the way.
Yeah.
I was just thinking out loud, and like I said, I may be
I'll
wrong.
make
Those
a
kind of
motion for-
viewpoints need to be said though, because we all look at it different,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll make a motion to have the voting delegates vote in favor of the HR.
I'll second. Motion by Jonah to have the voting delegate vote in favor of adding the HR. I second the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? None. 5-0.
Clear that.
Okay, great, now we don't have to talk about it anymore, except for a reminder to vote.
Yes, send me a reminder
I'll
of the date.
try to do that.
It's come up three or four
I'm
times.
sure that.
Every time it's like,
We'll
we'll put it off to the next one,
Okay.
What was it?
Brad, is that done?
Mhm.
Okay. Next on the agenda would be public forum.
There ain't nobody there.
Nobody's there?
At all.
None here. Commission comments.
Got a couple things.
Okay, Kent?
With the completion of the heated dock and then down the road, the completion of the ambulance building, we probably should have some type of official opening.
Yeah.
I don't know if we wanna do it, wait till spring or, I don't know, it's been nicer now than it might be next spring.
I like the idea. I think everybody should, I think we should.
So,
Take an official later.
Yes.
I guess the heated dock would be first, because it's completed first, so.
Yeah.
I guess it'd just be a matter of, if you wanna wait till spring, or just get it done.
Well, the heated dock, I think you'd wanna do now, because that gets the most use in the winter,
Yeah.
and that would be the most exciting time to do it, so.
Would you do it on Saturday afternoon or during the week?
For the people that use it, I'd say, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, just for you to have your official thing, you
We-
could always
we
do
have
it
that,
like
yeah.
right before a commission meeting
Yeah,
or a
we could
regular commission day.
Have some donuts or something.
inside where it's heated.
And some coffee.
Oh, gotta have
Coffee and
fish. Gotta have fish.
I think you should
Gotta have
have
fish, right?
fish-shaped cupcakes.
There you go.
Fish sticks?
Yeah, fish sticks.
I'll get you a fish muffin bread or something.
No, thanks.
Fish bread.
I think it's a great idea.
We'll have some
I mean,
dirt and worms in honor of baby.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So you wanna just go ahead and set it for one of the commission dates?
Yeah,
for
I
January?
get that one done, then we'll get to the ambulance building too, when it gets done, and get it open, because that was a good thing when we opened the one out here that we did. People got to see it and see what was happening,
When,
so.
when do you wanna do it, Dave?
Do the last meeting in January.
Doesn't matter to me.
Good point,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
day,
I mean, that's
payday,
sure.
payday day,
So after payday?
no, payday date, today, whatever we do it that day, the payday.
Payday's at 9, so I'm gonna do it at 8 in the morning
Or
Right after.
afterwards, 10 or
Either that, or you could do it a regular day and have it at 11:30 or 11
Okay,
o'clock.
yeah.
I do
That
it
Yeah,
would
maybe
be
on the
better.
17th or the
On a
24th.
Monday, yeah.
Okay. Either 24th, then. 11:30.
That would get time to get a couple articles in the paper about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
It's a good idea.
Have a ribbon cutting.
Thank you, Kent, that's a good deal. I think we
You
both.
gotta find that giant scissors somewhere.
I bet you got one.
You bet you got
No,
one.
no, we don't.
Need to make one.
He's-
Use it a lot.
he's-
Need,
have a
need
gold
to,
shoe.
need to hang it from a fishing line.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And then
Cut it.
somebody else.
Cut the line, there you
Cut
go,
it.
little scissors, yeah.
You're
there you
really
go.
getting serious.
Yeah. What else you got, Kent?
We have a fish costume. Who wants to dress up? Sorry.
Isaac has to do that.
Pretty sure we have.
Directive.
Okay,
Go ahead, Kent.
Since I brought up about the issues that our brothers and sisters out in northwest Kansas that have, you know, I've had a number of people call me and say, what can we do? I do understand, if you heard, there's a hay deal being put together.
There's a whole bunch of people doing different things.
Yeah.
But it's being, all of the statewide's being coordinated through Kansas Department of Ag, which is working with Kansas Livestock Foundation and Kansas Farm Bureau. So there is one central website. I didn't bring the web address in. But there's one central clearinghouse, but there's like 2 or 3 groups locally doing fencing and hay and.
Well, that's what I've heard, and an individual was putting paint, but the main thing is, we do know that there were 12 ranch families that lost everything that they had. The big thing right now is they're getting hay, they're getting fencing supplies for the ones that have any livestock left, but they need monetary contributions, and I know you'd asked me, those all go to the Southwind Bank of Natoma, Kansas. Just encourage people to try to help.
Southwind Bank, Natoma, Kansas.
Natoma, Kansas.
Yes.
I mean, when you lose not only your livestock, your livelihood, you lose your home and buildings and everything. It's,
I'm quite sure, no matter what the size of contribution, will be well appreciated, and don't, you know, whatever you may be able to give to that would probably, sounds like it's a very worthy organization to get the money to where it needs to be and stuff like that.
Go ahead.
Okay? Anybody else?
I got 2 that are just
Okay.
food for thought. The KSA thing on the towers. It's probably gonna go forward, I don't know, but what do we have to mitigate them next year deciding, oh, well, we don't like these guys, we're gonna have these other guys build another tower? How do we keep the leapfrog from happening? Like, you know, it's okay for them to have competition, but
It's free enterprise, you can't stop somebody from.
From a land use,
opening a
from a land
business.
use
But then-
perspective, there's not much we can do.
but then we have 14 towers up there.
It's all paid for by somebody.
Yeah.
It's kind of like people with wind turbines.
You know, I
The
get
more the
it.
better.
I get it, but it's,
We walk a line on part of it, I understand what you're asking. The state has really disemboweled us in a number of ways as we discussed. However, there are a few things that we can do through our planning and zoning. I probably need to sit down with Sharon and also Russ to avoid, getting a forest of those.
Mhm.
And part of that is simply, we can do some things with the health, safety, welfare element of things that do allow us still to regulate, but it's limited. It's limited.
be a shame to have 5 of them up and
Yeah.
have to take 4 down.
Yeah. And I can check on that further.
And these guys, Armani should probably want this too, because they're not gonna want next year somebody else to come out.
Mhm. Yeah, the intent, when you look at the legislative history, was to say, you put one up, and what's supposed to keep 16 from going in is the fact that each of them has capacity above and beyond, and they're compelled. The wheeling fee kinds of things that we've used for many years in different services and infrastructure delivery is alive and well, but the problem that they could create for others was, as they said, you get a cost factor that's just so out of range, you just put us out of business. Well, there are some things that you can do through the Kansas Corporation Commission, I've found, and some other ways to challenge that, but they lobbied heavily enough to get this law written in such a way that interpretation that was being given is, okay, by hand, if you're not gonna let us do it for a reasonable fee, as we see it, we'll put one up within spitting distance of you. So that may be legislatively addressed again. I have talked with 2 legislators about that. It's a good point.
That's what, I was actually reaching out, was do we need to contact legislators and say, hey, okay, that's great, you did this, but what about who comes next?
As we have more of the the wind turbine farms and then these cell towers all over sprouting up, they're hearing from people about it, so it wouldn't be a bad thing for us to at least express the concern about, hey, how is this being properly regulated so we don't end up with an intensity of use that looks horrible with 8 or 10 of these in there. But again, for us, it's kind of a two-edged sword.
You drive all around the country and you'll see 3 or 4 of them within it. It looks like within a half block of each other, probably a little farther than that,
Yeah.
but that's the way they look when they're tall.
It's like they could leap from one to the
Still
other.
around.
Yeah.
And everybody uses it, I get it.
Any other commission comment?
The other thing was, after, what's Ornstead calling their farm down here?
Sunflower.
Sunflower?
Sunflower.
And the one up north?
Diamond Vista.
So would it be in anybody's interest to have those 2 be in Marion County and no future other ones? Because I don't want to say no future other ones because they haven't built yet, so I'm just saying these 2, or I'm just wondering, do we need a third? Or do we cut it off at the pass now?
We're gonna need more electricity for all the electric cars.
Jesus. Nobody has any idea what that's gonna do to our grid system.
It's
That is the
gonna-
dumbest thing
It's
ever.
gonna crash it.
Yeah, it's,
Well,
go back to
from
microgrids.
what I heard last night, and I never had realized this, the wind turbines require a lot of earth elements. He explained to me what earth elements are, but he said, right now, China controls
Oh, yeah.
99.9% of earth elements.
It makes stuff.
And, we have no idea going down the road what China's going to do to control us.
Right.
Other than we know they're trying right now.
Yeah.
But that part of it, I didn't realize, that in electricity, there are certain elements that are used that we produce them.
They own them.
But they, like, distill them,
They own
whatever they
pipes.
need to do to get them to, they handle all that.
Well, it's the same thing. Philips, fluorescent lights, they take a powder coating on the inside. They didn't see it coming, and I'm sure they're pissed off about it.
So I would say the green energy part of our country is, they're probably looking long and hard at extending their services, their fields, just because of the control that's over them. Although a lot of these wind power companies are not American anyway.
No.
One up here was Italian.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the heartache and the headache and everything that comes with, and is two enough?
Permitting another one.
Right.
Does anybody want that heartburn?
Because if one's not in mind, one is not actually pursuing at this point, isn't it easier just to shut it off without having?
I would say as long as McPherson County has a moratorium, you won't be blessed with another one. That could change. That could change too.
When you refer to shutting it off, what are you thinking, Jim? I mean, in terms of
Just
It'd be a moratorium.
stopping the continued development of them
No,
in the
not-
county?
not, I don't want to stop the ones that have already jumped through the hoops.
I understand that they're in place, but
They are part of the county now. They are,
if they came in and asked for an expansion,
no, I wouldn't want to stop them.
it would get a little tough because of the Constitution.
Well, I just-
We've opened the door, unless we stop them and everyone else from anything further, so that it's equitably applied, you're gonna run into a challenge of, wait a minute.
I think I'll pick a different
You've
battle.
let these others
Yeah,
come
because
in.
you could definitely have a solar farm one of these days.
Well, I wasn't talking about solar farm.
Okay.
I was strictly
Okay.
talking about wind
Okay.
towers.
We've already got a planning and zoning commission in place. They have rules and regulations.
Right.
Let
It's
them
just-
do their job.
Yeah. That's really our best, on all of this, that is
Right.
our best vehicle.
And the economy, earlier, you were talking about competition, but not more communication towers is a great thing, but now we're gonna shut down any new development of wind or any new development of energy production.
I just,
Seems a little contradictory in my books.
And it's probably fortunate that some of these companies would even look at Marion County, because when they started going in western, the counties in western Kansas had those zoning.
Mm-hmm. And many of them still don't.
Good. So, like I said, we have a process. They had nothing.
Yeah, you could basically buy the property or lease the property and start building.
Right.
yeah, I guess I look at it different, competition. I mean,
Well, it's a good point of view.
I could decide that I'm gonna open up a wind farm, but am I gonna be able to compete with them guys? No, not a chance. They got so deep of pockets, it isn't the same.
And they know where to go dig deep.
Yeah.
That's the worst part too. They know where to go get some more.
But what about the business like yours that wants to put up one power of their business?
And that
I
would
see
be,
them now.
that would be different because there's megawatt ratings, so if you stay below a certain
For
KW,
individual.
you fall into a residential use rather than a commercial
Yeah.
use.
Because I know I went by an ethanol plant several weeks ago in western Kansas that it never had one, but all of a sudden it's got one.
Yeah.
My wife noticed that the arena down in Wichita is gone now. That one there, they
He
took it
was,
down.
and they went through a huge fight over that
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
He put that thing up, it was too short first
Yeah.
of all.
Oh, yeah, way too
It
short.
didn't do what it was supposed to do, but yet they had told him it would. And
Yeah.
So Hartman was less than amused
Yeah.
and fought with him for 2.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
started
it's for 10 years.
Well,
Well, I mean, the last
think
two,
your
it's really
point will
heated
be taken, well taken, because there's both sides still out there.
Right.
And so, and I think we have to be in judgment of that whenever, if it does happen, see what we, if it, well, let's say it's not a good fit, then which way does our vote go? I mean,
I'm just trying to end it off the pass before it ever comes up.
Yeah. So, any other comments? I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I heard a second down there somewhere.
Down there.
Dave Mueller,
Yes.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Brad.
You bet.